Let's cover what's new for the 2023 Lexus IS. A pretty misunderstood vehicle, but we'll get to that more towards the end. Let's just cover what's new here. All right, we have a new special appearance package, which is available on both the IS 350 and the IS 500 F Sport models. We have a new molten pearl orange color for the IS 500 F Sport Premium, which is part of a special edition. We also have your exclusive 19-inch matte black BBS forged wheels available only on the F Sport models. And there's also a new F Sport design grade and handling package available for the IS 350 F Sport. One thing to keep in mind, the IS 300 does not come with any form of a F Sport or a handling package, nothing like that. And nor do I care, because honestly, if you're just going to buy an IS 300 with that little dinky 4-cylinder turbo, you might as well, you're better off just getting like an ES. Probably piss some people off, don't really care. That's just the reality of it. At least the ES does the job that it's meant to do properly. What people need to understand about the Lexus IS sedan is this is a proper sports sedan that communicates with the driver, and that little 4-cylinder turbo is not doing this car any justice. You buy this thing for that naturally aspirated V6 or the naturally aspirated V8. That's what makes the IS shine and stand apart from any European thing that this is supposed to compete with. I've driven things like the 2022 BMW M440i. I won't deny that is a great car. Looks stupid, but it is impressive, fast as hell, massive on the inside, very practical, good fuel economy. Again, it is just a spec sheet glory hole, if you will. And none of the Lexus cars can really compete on paper. But where does it compete? It competes by actually having a soul and a character that literally none of the European cars can ever hope to emulate. Why? Because Lexus knows that they are slower on paper. That's just what happens when you go with a naturally aspirated engine as opposed to some turbo or some twin turbocharged engine that sounds like a vacuum cleaner but happens to be very quick on paper. But let's keep going here. Let's keep talking about what's new. For 2023, the IS 500 will offer 19-inch Enkei alloy wheels as standard. In 2022, they had a launch edition which came with 19-inch matte black BBS wheels. They're going to offer that for the 2023 IS 500s as well. But they're also giving you the chance to take your 2023 IS 500 to the next level by offering a special appearance package that's only going to be offered on the IS 500 F Sport Premium grade, which is kind of the top level. And this package is going to include the molten pearl exterior paint with black New Lux interior. So that molten pearl looks epic. In fact, cadmium orange was my most favorite Lexus color. This is like a different take on that, but it's only going to be available on this special appearance package. And this is going to be limited to 150 units, and it's only going to come with that black interior, which is unfortunate. The molten pearl would have looked nice with that white interior on the inside. And it is going to come with the 19-inch matte black BBS forged alloy wheels. So it's going to be limited to 150 units. It's going to be available this fall. We'll see how ordering and everything plays out when the thing actually does come out. For the IS 300 and for the IS 350 F Sport, you have to keep in mind the 350 models, they just come with a F Sport appearance package, at least from the outside, and then you have to add in the handling package as an extra. It's like around $4,000. The handling package for 2023 is going to offer the adaptive variable suspension, the Torsen limited slip differential on the rear wheel drive models, and you're going to have the drive mode selection with the Sport and the Sport Plus and the custom modes. And if you want, when you get the handling package, you can also add in the 19-inch matte black BBS forged wheels on top of the handling package if you so choose. And also for 2023, the IS 350 F Sport will come with its own special appearance package, different from the IS 500 Premium special appearance package. This is going to come with kind of a two-tone look for the IS 350 F Sport. It will have a obsidian black hood and roof, and it's also going to come with black New Lux interior, and this is going to be limited to 480 units, also available this fall. And it will also come with 19-inch Enkei alloy wheels. I'm assuming it's the same wheels found on the base model IS 500. So they're doing a lot of wheel swapping here. That's essentially what's going on, along with some special color choices. Really, these special editions, they're always just a ploy to get more money out of you. So that's pretty much it for the 2023 IS changes. Really, it just takes what the previous generation 2014 to 2020 IS did and just made it better, just made it a little bit more modern, a little bit of a cleaner driving experience. At least that's what they're touting on the press media sites. Made it a little bit sharper, added some more technology in the interior. They added the Apple CarPlay and the Android Auto, of course, and they gave you the Lexus safety system 2.5 Plus, which includes the blind spot monitoring, the rear cross traffic alert. They retuned, recalibrated, and improved some of the cameras and the radars so the safety features can react a bit quicker, but they haven't lost what's important, which is those engines. The IS is one of those old school Lexus products I would definitely recommend to most people. If you care about driving, buy into something like this now while they're still making it, because once they stop making it, then it's too late. It's like that Lexus LFA, you know, nobody gave a piss about it when it was new. They were complaining about how it was 300 grand, it was too much money. Well, now look at it, it's like $1 million. Now everybody wants one. Why? Because everybody misses the point when these cars are out now. When you can get them now, they totally miss the point. The IS 350 with that sonorous V6 engine, it has that induction tube built in, so it just gives you all the induction sound coming through the interior space. It is just such a soulful, character-filled experience compared to some BMW B58 inline 6 car, right, which I've driven, and it's ballistically quick. It's a great car on paper. I like it. I would be happy leasing it or something, but that's kind of where it ends. The Lexus will not get old after 3 or 5 years. I mean, you'll still want to drive it and interact with it because the car interacts with you. It communicates with you. Something like the BMWs or some of the Audi performance cars like the S4s, they don't communicate with the driver. They just do its job and it looks good on paper, but it ends there. The IS 500 just takes it to another level. It gives you that V8 from the RCF, the GSF. But this IS 500, 60 grand brand new with the warranty, 0 miles on it. This is great value because like a Dodge Charger Scat Pack fully loaded will be around 55, 60 grand. An IS 500 is a much better built car, far higher quality machine, has a real interior space, and you have the best dealership experience ever. It's a real luxury product. The IS 500 is good value. Fully loaded, that is. The one thing you have to keep in mind is if you really want to wake these cars up, the RCF, GSF, or the IS 500, you really need to put an exhaust on these cars. Even the RCF track pack with that titanium exhaust, it's not good enough. It's like a bit louder than stock, but it's not that great. You really have to get a proper aftermarket exhaust. And I usually don't tell people to do that, but in this case, if you want the full experience of that V8, you should put the exhaust on it. With the IS 350, that's not necessary because it's a V6. I don't want to put an exhaust on a V6 engine. It already has that induction tube, so it sounds amazing because of that, and that's all I need from it. So I would just leave the IS 350 alone, but the problem is that thing is like 52 grand the way I spec'd it out for the IS 350 with the handling package. At that point, you're just better off spending the extra 10 grand and getting the IS 500 anyway. Many people think these things can handle like a BMW. It doesn't need to handle like a BMW. It handles great enough, but Lexus is smart enough to soften it in the right places, so it's still a great street car. It's still satisfying to drive on a street. It has enough roll to where it has that compliance, if you will. It's just so well tuned as a street car. That's what I'm saying. So many like journalists, fans, scoffers, everybody misses the point. They forget that a car doesn't need to be a strict track car or a strict luxury car. It can be both. You can have a compromise of both, and that's what the Lexus is doing here, but it does it in a communicative and soulful way, which is what's missing from many of the European cars. The driving aesthetic of these Lexus cars, totally different. The weight of the steering, the way the chassis communicates with you, it's totally different. And it's complicated to explain to people. And that's why these performance Lexus products, they're a complete failure because of it. It's too much, like look at this. This video is too long as it is. I'm sitting here explaining to you what makes this car great. With the BMW, you don't have to explain anything. You just turn on a drag racing video and watch it mop the floor with literally everything. You see what I'm saying? It prevails on the spec sheet. It's easy to digest and understand for most common people. It makes sense. You don't need all these words to express the BMW. It's just great on paper, and it's easier for most people to understand. But I do this for the people that want that special driving experience. That's why I make these videos, and that's why I talk in depth about the way these cars drive and handle. The IS is that old school driving approach. Take advantage of it while it still exists. But this is pretty much all that's new for 2023. A couple of special appearance packages that's going to be available in limited quantities, and they're just swapping around the wheels amongst the different trim levels. So that's what they're doing here. Nothing too crazy, nothing super new here. But let me know your thoughts. I'll have the next video on the end screen here. Check it out, and I'll see you there.